Alright, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahweh Shai, Ba'asham, Rakak, Hodash. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. I'd like to say shalom to the elect, to teach the word now, truth, faith, sincerity. And yeah, man, as you can see the title, The Prodigal Son, that was the parable of the prodigal son. Pretty much that was in parentheses, a summary of our life, man. You know, because pretty much the Lord have summarized your life all in that one parable, man. All in that one parable, man. So I just want to touch on it, and low in this edifying. You know what I mean, so before I get to it, I'm gonna start at the top. Luke 15:1. It says, "Then drew near unto him all the publicans and sinners for to hear him. See, and the Pharisees and scribes murmured, saying, This man receiveth sinners and eateth with them. See, and this is the reason why the Lord. That why he after he heard that was when the parable starting to come in. You know what I mean? Because we was those publicans and those sinners, man. Even though the scripture even telling that is the harlots shall enter the kingdom before they do, man. You know, because you gotta understand, we need Yahweh Shai, man. That's the point. That's the point. We need Yahweh Shai. We acknowledging that we need the Lord, man. You know what I mean? And the Lord had opened our eyes to our old ways when we was in that deep darkness. The Lord has shined that light upon us, and we realize, we acknowledge that we need help. We need Yahweh Shai, man. You know what I mean? So let's jump down to verse 11. This is the parable now. This is Luke 15:11. And he said, A certain man had two sons, and the younger of them said to his father, Father, give me the portion of goods that fall to me. And he divided unto them his living. Yeah, and you gotta put yourself in them shoes. It says, and not many days after, the younger son gathered all together and took his journey to a far country, and there wasted his substance with riotous living. What's this far country? America, man. And even when you go into that word prodigal, because it says, and there he wasted his substance with riotous living. That's living recklessly, living without no regrets, not considering the latter end, man. You know, living righteously, meaning we was on some pretty much being niggas, man. You know, we was being niggas, man. Living recklessly, not understanding about consequences. Showing a lack of discipline. You know, yeah, we have different walks of life, but guess what? It all go back to this: we living righteously. You know, it says, and when he had spent all, there arose a mighty famine in the land, and he began to be in want. And he went and joined himself to a citizen, and he sent him into his fields to feed swine. So yeah, we pretty much was at a lower state, man. It says, and he would fain have filled his belly with the husk that the swine did eat, and no man gave unto him. And when he came to himself, see, we came to ourselves. We acknowledging that something was off about how I walked, man. Matter of fact, because that's the part of the Lord. That's why I read the start at the top, 1 through 3. Why? Because we realized that we were some niggas back then. That he joined unto him publicans and sinners to hear him. Why? Because the ones that know that they can't help it. We need Yahweh Shai, man. That's why the Lord spoke those parables, man. So let's get this in Hosea. Cause he came into himself, man. Realized something was off about our walk of life, man. That the way we were living was wrong. You know what I mean? And that was all through the spirit of Yahweh Shemel Shai. It wasn't of us that we realized that we was off. We would have still been doing nigga shit, man. So this is Hosea 5:15. It says, I will go and return to my place till they acknowledge their offense. See, we acknowledging our offenses, man. We realize, oh, now, just knowing that you're an Israelite is not gonna just save you, man. You gotta work off them delts, man. So we acknowledging our offense, man. We realized that we was going off. So what can we do to make it better, man? You know, what can we do to squash the beef between Israel and the Most High? You know what I mean? It says, I will go and return to my place till they acknowledge their offense and seek my face. See what that means? This knowledge, man. The understanding, the true understanding of the scriptures, the knowledge, man. That's seeking the Lord's face. You know, it says, in their affliction they shall seek me early. See, so that means in diligently, man. You know, so you go back to Luke 15 and 17. It says, and when he came to himself, he said, how many hired servants of my father have bread enough to spare, and I perish with hunger. See, so he came to himself knowing that he was going on. He said, what can I do to make things right? How many of the high servants my father have, man? Because matter of fact, I'm gonna continue on. Because it's gonna go into it. It says, I will arise and go to my father and will say unto him, Father, I have sinned against heaven and before thee, and am no more worthy to be called thy son. Make me as one of thy hired servants. See? Because we understand that, yeah, you can call yourself an Israelite, but that's not the end all be all, man. That's good, but make me as one of thy hired servants. Let me work out this dealt, man. You know? Matter of fact, let me see. Is that Matthew 25? Let's see. No, that ain't Matthew 25. What is that? 22. Bear with me. Let's see. Is it 21? Salakia, bear with me. I'm trying to find it. I probably can't find it right now. But pretty much, the Lord, man, we were sent unto the vineyard, pretty much, man. I know it's in Matthews. I can't think of right now. But the Lord have given us some work, man, to go into the vineyard and do and work for that penny, man. You know, because you jump up. He said, I mean, they have bread enough to spare. See, you know, so we trying to work for that penny. We trying to get back on the Father good side, man, by doing this work because we was living recklessly. We was that prodigal son. You go into the word prodigal, it goes to reckless, man. You know, pretty much living life without regrets. You know what I mean? Without expecting nothing to happen. You know what I mean? Pretty much that's like Satanism, man. You know, do as thou wilt if it's pleasing unto you. You know, not knowing you gotta live with certain restrictions, man. You know. So I'm gonna read verse 19 again. Saying, "And am no more called worthy to be called thy son. Make me as one of thy hired servants." See. So what, Lord? I know Israel, but what can I do to make it right? That's the point of us teaching, man. That's the point of us doing these lessons. You know, reading, meditating on the law day and night. Yeah, I mean, this is our occupation. Matter of fact, let me get that because this is our occupation now, man. You know, this is our occupation, man. This is Sirach 39. Sirach 39 and 1. But he that giveth his mind to the law and of the Most High, and is occupied in the meditation thereof, will seek out the wisdom of the ancient and be occupied in prophecy. See, yeah, this is our occupation, man. This is our occupation, you know. So this is our job now, is to teach this word, to bring forth this word. But guess what? The Lord ain't like the Lord just gonna send out there naked. No, we're gonna be well equipped You know. So let's verse 20. It says, and he arose and came to his father, but when he was yet a great way off, his father saw him and had compassion and ran and fell on his neck and kissed him. And the son said unto him, Father, I have sinned against heaven and in thy sight, and am no more to be called thy son. But the father said to his servants, Bring forth the best robe and put it on him, and put a ring on his hand and shoes on his feet. So the Lord have closed up with this knowledge. We have been covered with this knowledge, man. Matter of fact, let me see if I can find this real quick. I think it's Psalms 105. Bear with me. Because the Lord have closed up with this knowledge, man. You know? Let's see if I can get it real quick. Bear with me, Akian. Bear with me. It said, bring forth the best robe. Let's see. Let's see. What is that? Okay, let's see. It's Genesis. I think it's Genesis, I believe. No, it's 2037. Bear with me, Akian. Let's see. All right. Yeah, this is bear with me. I'm trying to see what the colorful garment. See, I can't type the precepts right now because I'm using the phone. But Joseph had that the colorful garment, man. Meaning he had that supreme knowledge, man. So the Lord have covered us with the knowledge of the scriptures, man. You know, He have covered us with the knowledge of the scriptures, man. And it says, remember, go back to it. It says, but the father said to his servants, bring forth the best robe and put it on him, and put a ring on his hand and shoes on his feet. Verse 23, it says, and bring hither the fatted calf and kill it, and let us eat and be merry. See? Let us eat and be merry. Because I know the precept for this. Because I know the precept for this one right here. This is Proverbs 9. Proverbs 9 and 1. It says, wisdom built her house. She hewn out of 7 pillars. She have killed her beasts. She have mingled her wine. She have also furnished her table. She have sent forth her maidens. She cried upon the places of the city. Whoso is simple, let him turn in hither. As for him that wanteth understanding, she saith unto him, see, come eat of my bread and drink of the wine which I have mingled. See, so that's what the Lord have done. The Lord have prepared this spiritual food for us to digest and to receive, man. So we can push it out, man. This is how we work out that depth, that reckless living that we was doing, man. You know, it says, verse 24. It says, for this my son was dead and is alive again. He was a now. When did it say that he died in any of these in all these verses that I read? No, he was in a dead state of mind, man. See, the Lord had brought us back to life with this knowledge, because that's why it says whoso remain who's don't what it is. It's like who that lack of understanding remained in the congregation of the dead. See, we didn't have no understanding. That's why we was living like niggas, man. That's why we was living like niggas, man. That's why we was once dead, but we came unto ourselves. The Lord sparked something in our mind. Yeah, I mean, to say, wake up. You know, it says It says, "For this my son was dead and is alive again. He was lost and is found." And they began to be married. See? They began to be married. Why? Because um, uh, it was one sinner repentant. Matter of fact, because that's the overtone. The ones that was able to repent. That's a beautiful thing, man. To come out of just pretty much wake up from the dead, man. Be brought back to life, man. You know, matter of fact, um, this is Luke 15 and 10. It says, "Likewise I say unto you, there is joy in the presence of the angels of the Most High over one sinner that repenteth." See, and that's why Lord, the Father put the robe on it, the ring, the shoes, kill the beast, and the wine, and be merry. Why? Because that's a beautiful thing to just to digest this, man. To wake up out of this dead state of mind, especially in the valley of the shadow of death, man. You know. But that's pretty much it, Aki, man. This pretty much this is just a summary of our life, man. Cause we was living righteous, reckless, and the Lord, gave us an opportunity to wake up, and you know what I mean. The Lord brought us back to life, man, and that's a beautiful thing. So yeah, Aki, man, I just hope that we're edifying. I'm gonna give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushua, by Hashem, Kakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the elected season of truth and sincerity. DTA, a Bible ball.